What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. I've been training, y'all. I've been training for the last couple of weekends. Not weekends, but weeks. So on the weekends, I am literally doing MMA. So please forgive me for at least not letting y'all know what's going on. Y'all know I like to move in silence. But needless to say, I'm glad y'all all are here. I'm glad y'all are doing well. Hopefully you're surviving in this heat. If not, please, please, please stay hydrated and check on your people. Alright? So, I don't have too long because I gotta go out. So, I wanted to come and have a tea talk with y'all because it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. And of course, I always come back with things that are like good tidbits for y'all. So, for our new subscribers, welcome, hello. And then for all of my returning subscribers, hello. You know how we do. You already know what I'm about to say. Get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on. Get it and bring it close. Now, I got something really interesting for y'all to see. I have a friend that I'm going to put his information down below just in case any of y'all are interested in 3D printing. All right. He has whatever you're looking for, he has it. So this is our official Tea Talk coffee mug. And the gag is there's coffee in it. All right. So get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on. Get it and bring it close. Isn't that cool? Oh my God. Okay, so anyhow, come on in the room. I don't have long to tell you this. But it is a conversation we need to have. So then that way, can't nobody say they can't account for this aspect of elevation and the requirements to do so. Amen? Amen. So, of course, we all have our days, our ways, something that doesn't seem to be making our life and our journey is pleasant, right? So whether it's a rock in the road or gas prices is high, the kids getting on your nerves like this one coming around the corner about to do to me. Either way you look at it, there's always seeming to be something that you have to be accountable for. The thing that we always seem to talk about the most outside of narcissism these days is that accountability word. And a lot of times when we start using that word, it's because we were put in a position where we had to learn that lesson first for us to be able to see it in other people who don't possess that strong of a trait, characteristic. You feel me? So once we figure out the accountability part, we have to also understand that with accountability comes responsibility. All right? A wise person once said, God don't make no mistakes. And he also does not cause trouble. He does not cause trouble. He does not cause our troubles. We do that. And see, troubles can be a man-made thing, for sure. So when we start talking about accountability, we have to understand there's a responsibility in that just by itself. It's not just, oh, you need to take accountability. You need to be responsible for it too. It's a two-way street. And either way you look at it, they both have to pass one another. You feel me? So that's what we need to tea talk about today, really, really quick. I don't have much time because I still have to go and do other stuff before I go to the gym. So that's what we're going to do. Today we're going to talk about the importance of accountability when you're growing, when you're elevating. It's not just one or the other. They're both. Because guess what? Both work hand in hand. Both work hand in hand. Accountability, responsibility work hand in hand. First thing is always for sure when it comes down to both, especially when it's responsibility. Regardless of what the issue is, it's yours to handle. It is yours to handle. So whether it being your fault or not is yours now. It is yours. And whether it's good or bad, you can't outrun what's for you. So even if so happens, like in my how to glow up video, you get to a point where you're starting to feel like your setbacks are really starting to irritate you. All right, you're valid in that. I can see how what you're trying to do is holding you accountable in a position where you're indifferent, you're uncomfortable. There's a responsibility in you feeling all of that though. So is this really a setback, or is this a setup for you to move forward? It's up to you as to how you want to look at the situation. You know, you can either go ahead and play ball, or you can pack your ball up and take your ass home. Either way you look at it, you still gonna have to deal with whatever's in front of you. There's no skipping, there's no shortcuts around it. Shortcuts just cut you short. So deal with it at the root. So then that way you're not growing to be a damn disaster. Period. There's no way of me wanting to like sugarcoat that. Don't grow up to be a fucking disaster. That's the whole entire point. And you'll see why. Now, number two, I'm going to tell you like this. I wrote my notes down. Let me just go ahead and back this up real quick. As far as you outrunning and trying to take shortcuts, right? The longer you ignore the signs and the flags and the confirmations, the more pressure life will apply. Everybody can sit here and say one way or another, a do not enter traffic sign can be a wake-up call for anybody. However, you keep seeing them things and you're not realizing that you're getting a download, and the more you decide to refuse to accept it and realize it, the longer they're going to show up, the longer the journey is, the recovery being the fact of whatever you learned from that lesson, you're going to have to make sure you're able to digest it and discern it. That's going to be twice as hard, because guess what? Life applies pressure when we don't understand. Like, there's levels to this. It's not just go outside and breathe in deep and then go back inside. Tomorrow's a new day. No, it's levels to this. And so when you decide that you don't want to pay attention, you just want to wing it, okay. Life is going to cut you short. You keep taking shortcuts. Now, let me move to the second one. The second one is this. When it comes to accountability, yes, there is a responsibility to it. All right. Just like if so happens you were to make friends. Yeah, you can be, that's cool for the fact that you want to say, oh, yeah, I'm Sarah's friend. Yeah, I'm Parker's friend. Yeah, I'm all these people's friends. Okay, that's fine. You want to be accounted for in that connection. But guess what? When it comes to you having a responsibility as to yourself and what you stand for and what you're willing to have around you, they factor in as well. The responsibility of connections comes in as well. Because guess what? Why are they around you if there's no purpose? If they're just negative Nancy's, hell on earth Helens, you know what I'm saying? You know, just Hermit Harold, folks that just really just want you to be isolated and feel as if like there should be no regard for you feeling validated, that's a problem. Because again, whatever comes for you is for you. And if you ignore the signs of what you need to learn, then you're putting more pressure on yourself. You're compounding the pressure, having folks around that don't have a purpose as to why they are so interested in your lane, in your journey, in what you got going on. You sit at a round table full of folks that you want to be accounted for to be as friends. Y'all have a connection, y'all have a partnership, y'all have a friendship, but yet they always Man, my buddy right here, they got this, they got that, they got this going on. Share the collection plate, bitch. Go around the room and talk about other folks, not just me, not just that other person. What the fuck is you around for? What is your purpose? Because, bitch, I'm not Busta Rhymes. I don't need no hype man. I am the hype man. So, what's the issue? What's the issue? Everything in life is to mold and build you. So, if they're there and they're spreading negativity, what is that showing you? What is that telling you? Do you need it? Do you want it? Do you like it around? You need to feel all these things. Okay? Because pressure rises. Pressure rises. And one thing I definitely had to learn is that if you don't acknowledge the power that you walk in, trust me when I tell you, you're literally just giving your power away because you don't understand overgiving. You don't understand boundaries. You don't understand low confidence it can make you a very vulnerable source for what's yet to come. And once you get sucked in that cycle, it's real hard to eat sweets and cakes and all types of unhealthy shit when you done hauled off and trained yourself and been obedient to a point you're only used to vegetables and protein. You're going to feel sick as hell. Trust me, you're going to feel sick as hell trying to sit here and feed yourself something that you already know it ain't well for you, ain't good for you, ain't made out, cut, have a purpose for you other to distract you. Sweets distract me. I ain't even gonna hold you. You can give me steak and chicken and veggies and brown. You can keep that brown rice, but the veggies and that protein can come this way. But then if I go and try to eat a normal portion of cake I'm used to eating, oh Jesus, that's probably why y'all haven't seen me in half this time. I had to get my damn digestive system back together. Because shit is real. Shit is real. And it's as real as you want it to be, depending on how vigilant you are with your time, with your peace, and with your energy. Alright? This may have to be a part 2 after this one. And that's totally fine. But, we'll end it with this one right here. You either going to be the force or you're going to be forced. The reason why I say that is because if you're going to be the force, you're going to need endurance, you're going to need strength, you're going to need a balanced mind, you need a sound mind, you need to be aware, okay? Not just aware of what's going on around you, but also be aware that you're going to be challenged as well. So you need confidence, you need discernment, you need morals, you need purpose, you need that long sight, you need that foresight. You need to be able to know that your purpose isn't about you, it's about a legacy, it's about you paving it forward, it's about you being president to something where your pain one day will mean something to somebody. And that's servitude. That is servitude in the most respectable way. The thing about if you're not confident in who you are and you mess around and find out and you be forced, this is where those lack of boundaries and overgiving comes into play. Because then in conditioning, even though you may feel as if like you still have some type of opinion or 2 cents to put in about why it is you're doing what you're doing, in reality, you've been conditioned to do this. So no matter what you try to tell yourself, your body's already like forced into this practice, into this nature of moving where it's like literally night and day. Blink, open your eyes. It's natural to you. That's what happens when you don't acknowledge your power. That's what happens when you find out that you're not the force to be reckoned with. You are being forced. Alright? Just like pressure moving to the top. Because what happens? I'll tell you what happens. When you are unfamiliar with who you are and self-awareness, that is just a breeding ground for Category 5 destruction. Every one of us have been in a hurricane, child. And regardless if it hit land and it was just a tropical storm, or whether it sat out there in that ocean and built up pressure, there was signs all the way up into that time frame. You got that state of emergency message that says, bitch, we need to evacuate. Whether that's out the situation, out of circumstances, connections, partnerships, wherever you live, you name it, you got to evacuate. Because shit is about to go down. That's what happens when you decide to be pushed around, played around, and you don't acknowledge who you are. Those are all dangerous grounds for a Category 5 fucking destruction of yourself. So, definitely walk in who you are, accept and be responsible for what comes your way. Because for what comes your way, it is not going to sway and go to anybody else if it's for you. You need to check the environment around you, because your environment will put you subject to either being someone who stands on who they are, or someone who's quick to be on their knees for it. I hate to say it like that, but guess what? It is what it is. And if you sure enough don't have no morals, and you don't know your purpose, and you don't know how to discern, and you take everything for more than face value, you're putting yourself in a very dangerous category that literally, I don't know too much of anything after a Category 5 hurricane surviving, if not having very, very, very bad damage. So that also goes for your confidence and everything else about you feel about yourself. So we're going to do this as a part 2 later, because I got to get going. And I'm getting all these text messages in from my students' parents about all of this all of their test scores are coming back so well. So let me go and do my purpose. I just wanted to drop that here. Outside of that, I want y'all to make sure y'all go down to my friend's 3D printing shop. It will be in the description down below. And I need to go laminate those worksheets before I have to head out. I'm going to be cutting it close, but it was time well invested. So be sure that you tell me down below what you think about this video. Where do you stand so far with the first, I think it's like 1 or 2 or 3, yeah, 3 or 4 points that I put in this video. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. All of those things are free. That pushes us out into the algorithm. And we really need to start getting more word out about my channel, about the purpose of the channel, and about what it is that we're trying to enlighten people to know. So outside of that, I love y'all. Be sure to take care of yourself, check on someone, and be grateful for something today, because the next minute is not promised, the next hour is not promised, and life is too short. See you later. Bye.